everyone, Suzanne Jones with Love and Pieces here. I just wanted to share a quick little video. I'm in the kitchen and I love celery as a snack, but a lot of people don't like it because of the strings. And that's one of the things I can't stand about it either. So over the years, with what my mom taught me and then how I've just learned to string or de-string it myself, a lot of people say they can eat my celery because it doesn't have as much strings in it. So I just wanted to share what I do in case that helps some of you. Celery is a good nutritious snack and you can eat it a lot of different ways. But one of the differences that I do is I never use a knife. I've washed my celery. I've got some already done, and then I thought, hey, let me record this. But once you wash up your celery, I don't ever use a knife to cut it. I always break it, and I start on the big end, the kind of white flat end. I don't like this. I prefer my celery once it gets down into the greener area, so I don't mind losing this. So what I do is I hold it and I'll break it. And then I use that piece to pull off the strings gently. You can see how many strings I'm getting from that. And if there's any others, I'll just kind of pull them. But then I come back and I'll break off another piece and pull off strings with it. I think I've got it where you can see it in the camera. I'm just breaking it, breaking off those white pieces, and then just using that to gently pull off the strings down the rest of the stalk. Okay? And I'll do that several times until I get to the part of the celery that I like. I'm just using off this white end, and you can see there's less and less strings. And then once I've kind of gotten to the part of the celery that I'm done with there, I'll flip to the other end because this is the cut end from the factory. I'll always break once from that end just to kind of get it away. And you can see I'm getting more strings from that side. I always like to try to take a piece down the side because there's usually a stiff string on this edge of the celery. So I usually try to get at least one good strip down each side. I think I must have already gotten them. And then from here, when I'm putting it into pieces, I still don't use a knife. I'll come along. I usually like a couple inches a piece that's a couple inches long. I'll break it and I'll string it again. So I'm pulling off any strings that come off with it. And so that's what my celery looks like. The edges are usually pretty rough, but I don't mind that. You can cover it up with peanut butter or cream cheese or, chicken salad, tuna salad, whatever you put in it, or ranch dressing if you just dip it. But that's what I do to string my celery. And when I'm done, like this little piece right there, that's what you call a chef's bite. You get to eat that while you're cooking. But then when I'm done, my big pieces of celery have little to no strings in them. Whatever's left are usually those really fine ones that you don't taste, you don't feel in your mouth, and much easier to eat. So let me show you one more time. I'll start on the big white end and just break off a piece and pull back. You can see I'm getting a lot of those. Same thing on the other side if it breaks. And you just got to be gentle and kind of pull carefully. Now, I am losing some of the back part of the celery. That's a pretty thick piece, but I don't mind because what that tells me is those strings that are in there, you can see them. Those are the tough, thick, rubbery strings that people don't like. So I don't mind losing a little bit of the back side of the celery to get rid of those. It can make the celery even more tender. And so then I'll come down each side, making sure I've got those tough side strings. And then one break off the cut end, the factory cut end. And then just string it as I break off my pieces. And like I said, by the time you've done this down a whole stalk of celery, there's usually nothing left. By the time I get to the last piece, then there's usually no strings left. So this is also why I buy a whole stalk of celery instead of the little pre-cleaned pieces in the grocery store. One, I can't ever break those and get the strings off. They're just too small. And these are cheaper, actually, and I get much more celery from it. So I've already done most of my celery. Now, I didn't prepare to show you how I'm going to serve these. I've got my smaller pieces that broke irregularly. We'll just use those. Either I'll chop them up for a soup or we'll eat them with ranch dressing or I'll cook with them somehow. They're just kind of pieces there. But my bigger pieces, we actually like tuna fish and cream cheese in the celery. So that's what I'm going to mix up and stuff my celery with. I may have some extra cream cheese I'll just put on them, and then I sprinkle on everything bagel seasoning. You can put peanut butter, you can put just plain cream cheese, any kind of seasonings on it that you want. You can, this is really good to stuff with chicken salad or tuna salad, even ham salad. We're getting close to Easter. That would be a good treat as well. Celery by itself, to me, is good, but it's kind of the things that you put on it that give it the most flavor. So if you've not eaten celery because of the strings, give this a try. See if you can bring a new nutritious snack into your diet. I'm going to keep working on these and get mine fixed up. I hope you have a great weekend. As always, be nice, be creative, and I'll see you later. Bye.